So here's another version of the condition statement in Scheme where it really follows along like our case variation that we're used to in C++ and Java, but there are some remarkable differences. So this isn't really anything spectacularly new, but the bad part is that how to read it sometimes, that's the problem. So very similar to case statements we had before, it's going to require a condition for each case. So you're going to see the cases highlighted here. So every one that's going to check. But as soon as we find our match, it then skips the rest of the block. Now, we're not used to that when it comes to the C++ and Java. You have to use the break to get out of it. But in Scheme, as soon as I find one of my matches, then we're good to go and we're off to the races. Now, I bring this up because I've seen 3 different versions of this particular setup, and they're not consistent at the very end. Meaning, if you'll notice, we have a cond, and then very much like the default in C++ and Java, we'll use an else instead, and that's because it hasn't matched anything else, just very similar to what you're used to. So we'll have an else. But notice there's 3 other ways of doing this, or 2 other ways of really doing this. You're going to have some authors that don't even put a condition at the very end because that's going to be the last thing. It is going to match, so teacher's pet would run in our version number 2. And then in version number 3, there's even some other authors that at the very last part, they have an if statement, they have a condition, but remember an if statement has 2 parts. We have our true, and then our else or our false. So in reality, this is actually ending as our very much our last part of our else in our conditional statement. Sadly, I've seen all 3, so I wanted you, when you're studying online and stuff like that, I want you to understand what they're trying to do with the cond. The cond is also meant for multiple, conditions, so to make things, frankly, easier on us in the long run. But notice there is a priority. Whatever matches first should be towards the top, or again, what has the highest probability should be at the top as well. So you might have a couple of these that would actually match, but again, the highest priority is going to be at the very top. So be very careful about all that.